Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you're all doing good. Some pretty exciting stuff is happening in the world of comics. The new Battle Beast comic book from Image Comics just dropped today, and boy, am I excited for this one. So, with the amazing success of the Invincible TV show, as we all know, from Amazon Prime, Robert Kirkman announced a couple of months ago that he'd be releasing a spin off comic featuring one of the fan favorites, and definitely one of my favorite characters, Battle Beast. And it's finally here. So I'm gonna go over this entire first issue with you guys as we learn more about this rampaging lion man with French braids. With all that being said, let's get right into it. So if you guys remember that one episode in season 1 of Invincible where Machine Head hires Battle Beast, who beats the crap out of Invincible and the rest of the Guardians of the Globe? Well, the comic starts off there. We see our savage main character ranting about how disappointed he is with Earth, how there was no worthy opponent for him on the planet. And I mean, yeah, he didn't face Omni-Man, who was the strongest being on Earth at the time. And spoiler alert, Battle Beast would have beaten the crap out of him too. But back to the story. Battle Beast leaves Earth through a portal, returning to his ship, and he's still throwing a hissy fit. It's also revealed that he killed every other alien on board. He screams that the stories he heard about Earth were complete lies and that he'd kill everyone on the ship even more savagely if he could. Suddenly, to his surprise, the ship's artificial intelligence responds, explaining that the crew had no choice but to send him to Earth. It wasn't their decision. Battle Beast, of course, is confused about who's speaking to him. The ship's computer introduces itself, saying it was told to stay hidden in case it gave his crew an advantage against him. But now that they're all dead, why stay quiet? Battle Beast finds the computer annoying and basically tells it to shut up, or else he'll tear the ship apart until he finds whatever makes it work. The computer agrees to stay silent, replying, "Yes, Captain." And weeks pass, and Battle Beast continues feeding on the rotten bodies of the crew he murdered. The computer speaks again, this time in a different tone, trying to please him, which actually works since he's endured weeks of silence. Now the computer asks why he keeps eating decayed bodies, and he explains that he's eaten worse. Battle Beast doesn't care, he just wants to stay fit for the next battle. It's all about that next fight for him. He admits he doesn't know much about this quadrant and expected to reach a spaceport by now. And the computer offers to help, asking the question we've all been waiting for. Why does Battle Beast only care about fighting? Now Battle Beast says that he normally wouldn't answer, especially to a life form beneath him, but since he hasn't spoken to anyone in so long, he might forget his own story. To explain why he is the way he is, he has to talk about his origins. Now, on his homeworld, Dorne, he was known as Thok. And Dorne was a savage planet that was constantly at war. As he grew up, an uncontrollable rage boiled inside him. His strength grew to match it, and at first he saw it as a gift. But when he brought peace to his world, the rage only intensified. He realized it was really a curse. So he left to avoid destroying his own planet. Now he travels the cosmos searching for a worthy opponent who can withstand his fury and give him a good fight. He also doubts that he'll ever find one. This is where it gets interesting. The computer reveals it has access to vast cosmic databases and can help him find a worthy fight. But it also admits that it wasn't created to deceive any living life. The computer was actually very fond of its previous crew, and it was the closest thing to a family it ever had. And since Battle Beast murdered all of them, its real goal is to find someone who'll kill him for revenge. Battle Beast just smiles, saying their goals are perfectly aligned. He wants death. It's the only release from his curse, and he tells the computer to take its best shot. And the computer agrees, promising to find the fastest way to end Battle Beast's life. So in the next panel, Battle Beast lands on a new planet, approaching a creature that seems either asleep or dead, and definitely trapped. He sniffs it and says, "I know you're alive, stop pretending." The creature wakes up, praising Battle Beast's strength and cunning, and the alien lifeform apologizes for playing dead, and laughs it off, saying it's the only defense it's had over the countless ages he has been trapped there. He says that he looks upon Battle Beast and sees the might in him to free him. His brittle and feeble old bones ache to be free of his confinement, and he implores Battle Beast to free this old and helpless creature. Battle Beast just remains silent and with a straight face through all of this. So the creature tells him that he is not the trusting kind, as he goes on to give him this whole story about how he was a great prince of his kingdom, but it all went to hell when his father died and his foul sister ended up imprisoning him and yada yada. Battle Beast doesn't give two shits about what he's saying and just punches the wall, breaking it and freeing the creature. As the structure cracks, the creature laughs and, surprise surprise, calls Battle Beast a fool to free him and reveals that he is the Colossus of MCU, and he is a tyrant who conquered empires and the terror of the known universe. He was locked away but is now free and will start again his reign of terror. Battle Beast just jumps on him and tells him he knew all that crap beforehand and he just wanted to free him to fight him. As the fight begins, Battle Beast headbutts the Colossus and breaks a bunch of his teeth. The Colossus is amused and reveals that he can regenerate easily as his teeth grow back in an instant. He asks Battle Beast if he still wants all of his power, and Battle Beast of course screams out for him to use all of it. As the fight goes on, Battle Beast is not impressed by the Colossus and starts to taunt him, saying if that's really all he's got. Now, the Colossus ends up putting Battle Beast in a chokehold, and this position basically allows Battle Beast to chew his arm out, rip it off, right, and taunt him even more, saying that he is disappointed in this Colossus and he really isn't all that. Now, the Colossus is mad, real mad at this point. He regenerates his whole arm back and says this is not all he's got. Now he's mad. But Battle Beast is just too quick for him. He cuts the Colossus in half with his sword, and the Colossus accepts his death. He is happy that at least he gets to die watching the stars. And Battle Beast shits on him some more by saying that the legends about him were a lie and that he wasn't a worthy opponent. As he prepares to leave, a smaller creature comes out of the Colossus and reveals that he is the Prince Salaka, heir to the throne to the Fantanian Empire, and that Battle Beast just defeated a great enemy to his people. Salaka asks Battle Beast for his help so he can return to his kingdom. Battle Beast remains silent, and in the next panel we see the computer asking Battle Beast who that is. As he drags the Colossus' arm back to the ship, Battle Beast just says food for the journey ahead. But that's not what the computer was referring to, as it meant Salaka, and Battle Beast just responds that Salaka is just more food. It lives so it will stay fresher longer, as he tosses him aside, and we see the poor little guy cry. But yeah, that's basically it, guys. I mean, it's a pretty fun issue. I like that we're getting so much more content on this character and hopefully more backstory info in the future issues. So the next issue is set to release on June 18th, I believe. And I basically bought this comic issue on globalcomics.com, which you guys can do as well. And yeah, just make sure to support the creators, because the more success it gets, the more Invincible Universe content we get. Thank you all so much for watching, and you guys have a good one. Peace.